What's going on, guys? It is July 26th, officially the dog days of summer, and this is the doggiest dang day of summer. 99 degrees today, 123 heat index. 123 degrees heat index. I came down to check the cows, kind of expected them to all be huddled up under the shade mobile, and I come out here and they're all around the water. And I haven't been here since this morning, and this is 5 o'clock in the evening right now, and I was like, oh crap, we had a breakdown with the water, and that wouldn't be good. But no, the water was keeping up sort of well. There's plenty of them piled up around, but you can see these calves weren't really getting much of an opportunity to get a drink because everybody else was hogging the trough. And I think that cold water, they just like that feeling on their lips, I'm sure. And so I went ahead and I got a 100-gallon tank up here. You see where this is our corral behind me. And I started filling a 100-gallon tank over here just to give them ample water today. And I set up this little fence, see if I can get on it here, but I just set up this fence here so they can get up to it. This will just be a temporary thing for tonight, hopefully. But it's hot, man. And look at this. I cut them loose in here, and they've been, this is an overgrazed area, but it's kind of grown back up. They know that there's water up there, or at least they should know that there's water up there, and they go right to grazing. And honestly, only 2 of them were outright panting, and they've got every right to pant at 123 degree heat index, and only 2 of them were panting. So I definitely think it says something about the heat tolerance genetics of the South Pole and some of the other genetics that we got going on here. But anyway, I'm getting ready to build some fence. I've been putting this off. We got plenty of other stuff going on with the house and the family and whatnot, so I haven't been able to do this. But you can see we've talked about that sorghum-sudangrass, and I don't know if you can see it out there, but it's lush, and I'm about a week late on getting into it. But I got to set some fence up to be able to graze it properly. If I cut them loose right now, they'd have access to the whole thing and no alleyway or nothing like that. So I got to get a little temporary infrastructure set up. So I'm gonna start working on that, and we'll take you guys along for the ride a little bit. But yeah, 123 degrees. It is insane. It's been about 20 minutes now, and some of them have found the water, but honestly, most of them are more interested in grazing than they are drinking. So I'll get the camera turned around here in a second, but I just thought I'd show you guys my fencing stash I got going on. I just got the 4-wheeler loaded up with a bunch of fiberglass. These fiberglass posts, this is what we use when we're putting stuff in that's going to be there for a while and is going to have a little bit of a side load on it. So I think I got enough posts here between the front rack and the back. Now, this property used to be, I mean, it was a grain farm for many years, and they used to have livestock down in this area because there's tons of concrete from, I guess, old hog houses and stuff I would assume that they had down here. But there's also an old grain bin, right? And once upon a time we talked about building a house down here, and this grain bin was going to turn into like a cool gazebo patio area. But those cards have all changed, and there's no more house building plans at the moment. So right now it's our fence storage shed. So we'll just pop inside here real quick. It's gonna get real echoey, but we got to get enough poly wire to build this might have been a bad idea for YouTube, but we got to get enough poly wire to build about a half mile of fence right now. So those are my reels. I'm gonna get I'm gonna say that one's got the most wire on it, so I'm gonna snag that. We're gonna head out that way, and I'll give you guys a little footage of how the cows are doing right now. They're not even drinking. The water's overflowing, they're standing in it. So I'm gonna go shut the water off before we have a complete mess over here, but apparently they're good on water, which is good. That makes me feel better. I was afraid that, it's like, gosh dang it, this tank has never steered me wrong before as far as not having enough flow. But I don't recall ever seeing a 123 degree heat index. I mean, this is about as intense as it gets. So I think they were okay. I think they were keeping up. I probably just caught them at a bad moment, but they're grazing now, man. Hold on, let me turn this around. These guys here are loafing, but those guys out there, I just turned them into this little slice because I know it's hard to tell, but this is their alleyway, right? You might be able to see the top of the shade mobile out there. That's their paddock, and they got plenty of stuff to graze out there. But this is probably a little bit more desirable. They've had that out there all day long, and this is super fresh. So I imagine they're gonna spend some time up here, get the sweet stuff grazed off, get them a good drink, and then head back to the shade within the next half hour to an hour or so. But really, everybody's doing pretty good. One of the old Aberdeens in here, she's panting pretty hard. Not really that Angus. Her right there. Even that one's kind of breathing pretty good, but I only saw one straight up open mouth panting. The bull's gonna hog the water trough, put his head down in it. Boy, if they had a pond right now, they'd be all over it. All right, let's go build some fence. Well, if you ever want to know what a farmer looks like after putting up just shy of a half mile of polywire fence and 123 degree heat index, there it is. It is, I mean, you can feel the air. It's just, I know we're not supposed to complain. I know, like the good book says, you find joy in the struggle, and there's some wisdom in all that, but I want to take one for the team and just say, this sucks, right? This sucks. Like, it's just hot. And cows are hot. They're doing okay. They're eating, they're drinking. Can't ask for much more out of them. Can't give them much more. We got 2 water points, 2 shade points now that the corn is in the afternoon. So there's not much more we can do. We just got to grin and bear it, get through today. Tomorrow's going to be a couple degrees cooler, but still pretty dang miserable. And then it's going to start getting into the low 90s, high 80s, and be a little polar vortex for us. So anyway, guys, I'm going to sign off. I did not get as much done as what I would like, and I got plenty of shit to do tomorrow. Excuse my French. But I'm going to get up early and get after it, probably about 5:30, and when the sun comes up, and try to get the rest of this fencing done, because we had to do this today. Some people might think, well, why don't you just, why do this on the hottest dang day of the year? Well, we've been putting it off because of other projects. Didn't know this was going to be the hottest day of the year, but tomorrow they got to get on that Sudan grass. They just simply have to. We are out. So we got that set up. Well, we got the main alley set up. We got to run a couple long paddock lines off of that, and then they'll be grazing off and running. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna sign off here. Stay cool. See ya.